Well, I suppose it's that time again. Another CD review. This one's another Blink album just because a lot of you have been asking for it. This one is for Mark, Tom, and Travis Show, which was something that, I've always liked, especially because on a lot of the older songs that they do, like Peggy Sue and anything like before Enema of the State, like that's the reason why I like some of those songs so much. Untitled and Pathetic and whatever else. Carousel, Damn It. Those, I always liked those versions so much better because their live sound on that album is very polished, and I know a lot of people say that they probably went back in the studio and redid some guitar parts or some vocal parts, which is totally possible. They've said that they've done it before, so whatever. I don't really care personally if they do that. I mean, I know it takes away from the live experience a little bit, but it's an album that sounds great. It feels great. It still feels like it's a live album to me, and if it weren't for this album, I probably wouldn't be so much into the older stuff like Dude Ranch and, Cheshire Cat, just because it was a little harder for me to get into those songs when the production isn't very good. So it was an easier transition for me, so I really got into Damn It because of this album, and obviously now because of that I can much more appreciate the original. Same thing goes with Carousel and Pathetic, Untitled, those sort of songs. So I'm definitely a big fan of this album because of that. The guitars sound great, the vocals sound great. I love the banter in between the songs. Although, if you get one of the versions of the CD that has like 49 tracks or whatever, where it has like a ton of extra banter and, in between song stuff, I'd much rather have it with those segments in between the songs where like they would normally go, instead of having, like 20 tracks at the end of the CD that are just like them joking around. But it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I suppose I could mess around with the track listing and just kind of throw them all in there wherever I felt like it. About the like their performance wise, there's at least one video floating around on YouTube of one of the shows from Mark, Tom, and Travis Show that they actually recorded from, which is cool. And if you didn't know, they actually recorded 2 nights for that CD. So some songs they did one night, some songs they did another night, because back then they weren't really playing 20 song sets as far as I know. I mean, it's possible, but that for example is why, on their 15th track, I think it was the 15th track, at the end of Carousel or whatever it was, they say like, oh, we're gonna play 2 more songs, and come back because that's what we call an encore or whatever, and then they end up playing like 3 or 4 more. That's because the track listing's a little out of order, just because they did 2 different sets. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It lets them choose which ones they thought were better on which night, so that they can kind of pick and choose. And I don't know, I definitely think it's a solid set list. I mean, I really wish there were more older tracks on it. I mean, I realized they were supporting Enema of the State, but I would have loved to hear Josie. I would have loved to hear Eminem's, and it just would have been cool if they did like another live CD or something where they played like some other songs that had that quality, because I mean, you can find some bootlegs every now and then, but none of them are really as good as Mark, Tom, and Travis Show's quality-wise. So, so yeah, great set list. I really do like Man Overboard a lot. I do love that song. I think it's one of the best songs that they've done. especially for that era anyway. And I don't know. Not too much else to say, I really guess. But yeah, like I said, it's been out for what, 15 years. Solid album. You know, it still stands strong for me anyway. Guitar tones are great, bass is great, drums are awesome, banter's hilarious, and yeah, that's all I really got. So thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll get more requests to do more Blink stuff, so I'll probably do like some of the older stuff pretty soon. So thanks for watching.